Bill O'Reilly here, Thursday, December 8th, 2022. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening across our nation. U.S. basketball star Brittany Griner released by Putin. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez under investigation by the House Ethics Committee. Russia pulls back more forces in southern Ukraine. New survey ranks the rudest states in the USA. Also ahead, President Biden gives another speech on guns. But first, radical Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, under investigation by the House Ethics Committee. The panel publishing a statement confirming the probe, but did not release any other details. The far-left Democrat received multiple ethics complaints last year when she was given free tickets to New York City's swanky Met Gala. Said Ms. Cortez at the time, "It is my civic duty to oversee the city's cultural institutions for the public." Of course, especially if it's free. Women's basketball player Brittany Griner, arrested last February for taking marijuana into Russia. Well, she was tried, convicted to 13 years in a horrible Russian prison, but now today she's been released in a swap. So all of this is because of Putin. He could have released Brittany Griner the day after she was taken into custody. What she did was nothing. But Putin, of course, wanted to give the USA a hard time. So now, Victor, the Merchant of Death Bout, a Russian arms dealer, is being traded for Brittany Griner, who should be home in a few hours. I would have made the deal. I feel very sorry for Ms. Griner, even though smuggling marijuana into a totalitarian country is not smart. Putin withdrawing more forces from southern Ukraine, and that situation continues to go south on him. It will be interesting to see what happens next year. New poll published by YouGov ranks the rudest states in the nation. Here they are: New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. All states near me. Friendliest people: the Dakotas, Montana, Vermont, Maine, and Hawaii. Mahalo. In a moment, President Biden on guns. Right back.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-925-7584 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-925-7584. That's 800-925-7584. What do you have to lose? Call 800-925-7584. Again, 800-925-7584.
Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. I even hate to tell you about this story because it just bothers me so much, but I have to do it. So President Biden spoke at a vigil honoring victims of gun violence Wednesday night. The event took place 10 years after the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre in Newtown, Connecticut. The National Vigil for All Victims of Gun Violence was held at St. Mark's Episcopal Church in Washington, and Biden was the keynote. So, here is his main point. Go.
Together, we've made some important progress. The most significant gun law passed in 30 years, but still not enough. Still not enough. Even as our work continues to limit the number of bullets that can be in a cartridge, the type of weapon that can be purchased and sold, the attempt to ban assault weapons, a whole range of things that are just common sense.
Now, with all due respect to the families who have lost loved ones to bullets, and millions of Americans have died from gunfire in this country's history, millions, President Biden has no clue as to how to solve this issue. So year after year after year, we see Americans shot dead in the streets. The overwhelming number of perpetrators are criminals, gangsters, drug gang bangers. Lone gunmen are very, very rare. Those are the facts. Yet Biden and the left go after the gun owner, the individual trying to protect him or herself by saying, well, we don't want you to have guns. Well, if we don't have guns, we the people, who's going to protect us? The cops, they're not. Police agencies are after the fact. They're not proactive. After you're shot, they show up. Now, the founding fathers knew all this because they were brilliant men. And they knew that in England, the people there didn't have any self-protection. The king could do whatever the king wanted to do to them, and they could not fight back. So they built into the Constitution the Second Amendment, that Americans could protect themselves not only against tyrannical government, but criminals, Native Americans at the time, there were fierce wars, and big animals as the colonists pushed west. Now, ARs, AKs, yeah. If our president, you've got to jump through hoops to get them. You've got to go through training sessions, all of that. And the government has to know who has the heavy arms. I think that's public safety. I think that's logical. But the real solution to this, if you carry a gun in the commission of a crime, you go into federal court. All gun crimes, federal crimes. Take it out of the local jurisdictions like New York City, which will not even prosecute gun criminals. And you're convicted of a crime with a gun, mandatory 10 years. That would solve a lot of the gun mayhem. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. If you'd like more honest news analysis, BillO'Reilly.com has it. Killing the Legends, great Christmas gift. In a moment, something you might not know. Inflation at its highest level in 40 years and interest rates are skyrocketing, as you know. Market experts like Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, predicting recession. So to protect your future, do what I did. Call the only precious metal dealers I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. You can get started with a short phone call. They will place physical gold and silver right at your door or inside your IRA or 401k. They are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of satisfied clients. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Don't wait. You can call them now. 877-444-GOLD. 877-444-GOLD. Or text GOLD to 65532. Again, 877-444-GOLD or text GOLD to 65532. Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Christmas is celebrated by 2.2 billion people all over the world. Even Antarctica has Christmas celebrations. But some people are actually banned from even acknowledging the holiday. And that is happening in more than a dozen countries. Here are a few. Afghanistan, where honoring the birth of Christ can get you killed. According to the Taliban, there are officially 0 Christians living in the country. Westerners are forbidden from celebrating Christmas even in private, and if you do, you will be harshly punished. Next, Somalia, where the government issues a declaration each year labeling Christmas a, quote, public threat to the Muslim faith. Any religious practice not affiliated with Islam is forbidden in Somalia and punished. Christmas in Cuba, a little more complicated. Fidel Castro abolished the holiday back in 1959, but citizens celebrated anyway. In 1998, the Marxist government declared December 25th a non-religious day of leisure. Workers can take a 24-hour break, but without pay in Cuba. In North Korea, any religious observation will get you thrown into a prison camp. The situation is so volatile, citizens in South Korea that live near the demilitarized zone are prohibited from displaying Christmas decorations from their homes or businesses because the South Koreans fear the North Koreans might launch a military strike. Over to China. Following a communist crackdown on all public displays of religion, the Chinese are now using traditional secular ways to secretly celebrate the birth of Jesus. Many hang decorative lanterns on windowsills. Some exchange Chinese New Year cards with covert Christian messages. And here's something else you might not know. For a short time, Christmas was banned in England. During a civil war that lasted from 1653 to 1658, Oliver Cromwell served as Lord Protector of the British Isles. Well, the strict Puritan Cromwell believed anyone who wanted Christmas was a Catholic spy. Under his rule, folks caught celebrating on December 25th would spend the next few Christmases in the Tower of London. Back after this.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuit seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-484-3231. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-484-3231. That's 800-484-3231. Again, 800-484-3231.
Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.